Stan, what are you guys up to today?
About to go flying. About to get up here.
Woo!
Check out some beautiful scenery. Finally, it's on.
That's
Thank
what I'm
you.
talking about, are these crazy things right over here, huh? And so it's your first time, though, flying one of these, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
Yours
And
too, right?
Yeah.
then yours too? Okay, cool. Anybody you guys want to give a shout out to before we go?
Love you.
Let's go have some fun.
Flight, one of man's greatest achievements. So here we go. A gift from my nephew. Always a little uncomfortable on the takeoff. Some very big crosswinds. You never know what to expect in this type of a vehicle. This is my first time. And you look around and you say, wow, this is a beautiful day. But you gotta get to use the way the inertias affect your body. As you can see, it's quite wobbly. It's a great sensation to not be encased in aluminum looking out of a window, but actually feel how the wind hits you, almost with your legs and everything hanging out. It's a great sensation. So on we go. Start to look around, and we're in Los Angeles here, headed towards the beach. And this is a Sunday morning. We are right at the place where we, because of the crosswinds, where it might not have been too good to go up. But man, what a beautiful day. So I get to take over the controls. And you kind of notice, wow, it seems like we're barely hanging here. And as I made this turn, the way the wind's hitting, it's almost as if a tightrope act. It seemed that if a huge gust came, then you wouldn't be able to control it. I'm sure that's not so. Just the way it felt as I did this turn. I'd imagine it's something you have to get used to. So at this point, I'm just kind of feeling it, not really able to take in my surroundings as I'm just trying to feel, how to control this vehicle. My nephew, sometimes you can see him, man, he's more the daredevil, and he asked the other pilot to take him through the paces. So they were flying a lot lower, a lot faster, and I was more or less on a sightseeing tour. As we headed out over on the beach here, I could start to relax a little bit and start looking at my surroundings. We started to get way up high, and I don't. Suffice it to say, we didn't have the lift because of both of our weights, more of my weight. So we just had to kind of go slow and steady. For some reason, when I do a lot of surf fishing, and when I'm in the surf, it just doesn't seem as if this water is that clear, and but from this height it looked, I mean, just beautiful. I was really surprised. The clarity was amazing. I could look down and actually see small fish and leopard sharks in and amongst the people on the beach, unbeknownst to them, kind of flying into the sun here. And right here where the ocean and the land meet, the winds are really, I don't know, kind of unpredictable. A lot of people having a lot of fun out here. It's amazing how many people you can count on this beach. So we're headed south, down towards Palos Verdes Estates. It's a protected marine land down here. In the 30s and 40s, there was a DDT plant, and because of that, they you couldn't get shellfish, and they test it every year because they don't want you to disturb the silt on the bottom. As we get a little deeper and the water gets a little deeper, we saw some seals, but we were looking for whales who frequent this area outside the kelp forests here. Passing over the harbor here. Man, I could own one of these. It'd be really nice to be able to get around. Just beautiful. But the wind started picking up. This is I'd say a 45-minute ride. I kind of wondered really how high up we could have went. I believe this only has a 10-gallon or a 15-gallon tank, as fuel is, I think 8 pounds a gallon. They really have to know what the weight. It kind of makes it very important. Yeah, a lot of speeds boats that come across and go to Catalina Island, which is an hour or so away. I believe from Long Beach to Catalina Island, something like 3,000 fathoms, and then from Catalina Island down south there to San Clemente Island, it's like 6,000 fathoms. It gets deep. Man, we're really moving now. I wonder, I think we're doing about 60 miles per hour. Without gloves, your hands gets pretty cold at that speed, at this height. Even though this day is about a 75 or 80-degree day. You see the kelp beds down here. You know, grew up in Chicago. Not really an ocean guy. I mean, I see these giant yachts and people living on their boats. A lot of fishing boats here too. Fishing in the kelp. This is like the Palos Verdes Peninsula. I used to do a lot of moving in and around here. I'd imagine the early 90s. I moved with a family that said they came, I'd imagine around the 50s or the 60s, when nobody was here. And he said they were just trying to offer people the land just to come and live here. And he acquired a huge piece of property and had about 4 or 5 houses on it. It's built up now. I noticed as I was coming back, all the baseball diamonds, almost every 10 or 15 blocks, baseball diamonds. You would think that baseball would be a huge popular sport. I remember standing in line to join a team, and when they said it was $60, I just got out and said, we couldn't afford $60. So we're coming in for the landing, and I mean, it's windy. Nothing seems stable. It's like we're again doing the tightrope act, just barely staying in control. But all we need is for it to level out for that second when we hit the ground. And like any other landing, you get a feeling of relief. Love my nephew. This is a great birthday present. Can't wait to do it again sometime. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. And maybe you'll see me do some fishing on this fishing channel. Thank you guys.